What is up, guys? It is a Sound Alchemist, and I'm back at it again, bringing you 40 facts, kinda, on the Warhammer 40k universe. This time, however, I will be answering a lot of your guys' comments in the form of doing an army showcase on my army, the Sound Alchemist's main army being the Tau. Now, I've been collecting Tau since I first started, back in 5th edition. However, there was a time when I sold all my Tau. That's right, guys. I thought we were done playing 40k, so I sold everything. I made about $700, which back in that time, I think I was like in 7th or 8th grade, and I was just like, oh shit, this is a lot of money. It's not that much. I've learned that now. But anyway, we got back into 40k. I did Blood Angels. I went to Space Wolves. I was just jumping around army to army. But during this whole time I kept buying, and I didn't like it. I couldn't get into the lore of the armies that I was playing. So I ended up coming back to my favorite army, the Tau. And ever since then, I've been slowly, steadily collecting, and now I will showcase you my current army. Most of this stuff, well actually all this stuff, wasn't painted by me. I ended up buying a lot of this stuff through eBay, and then kind of like doing a little bit of touch-ups here and there, some conversion work and whatnot. I've even had some of this stuff commissioned. Yeah, when you're married, when you got a kid, when you're going to work full-time, school, there's not much time to paint. So that's why this army, even though I hold it very near and dear to me, it's not like I did everything myself. But anyway, I've been blabbling a little bit too much on this, so I will give you basically a little overview to my army. I will show you the pictures of everything I have, and then I'll give you a little bit of my own personal lore that I put onto this army to give it a little bit more flair and pizzazz. So without further ado, here is my 2,500 points of Farsight Tau. The Burning Moon Contingent. The creation of this contingent occurred during the Second Agrellan War, aka the Battle for Mugulath Bay. Shadowsun's forces were widespread in an effort to cut off the Imperial war machine from taking key positions on the planet. One such cadre, being led by Commander Moondust, was cut off from the rest of the Tau main force. They fought well, but the strange mechanical bodies of the Skitarii were resilient, and they proved quite deadly. Her forces were struggling, but luckily for them, the sky bled red that day. Farsight's forces made planetfall. The famed Monka tactics were executed perfectly thanks to Commander Iron Sun. Moondust approached Commander Iron Sun and exited her battlesuit. She knelt before her saviors and pledged allegiance. Her remaining Tau knelt as well. I had faith in the greater good, but now I see it is all a lie. Iron Sun responded with, "Faith is a powerful force indeed. It is true. We have our own faith, not in one of our number raised to godhood, but in a mutual destiny that cannot be denied." A quote once said by Farsight himself. Commander Farsight. The renegade, the traitor, the hero. Farsight is the protege of the famed Commander Prototype, and excels in aggressive, mid to close ranged combat, which deviates from the standard Tau battle tactics. He earned his famous title Farsight as he decimated the orcs on the desert planet of Arkunasha. He pilots a modified XV-8 Crisis battlesuit and wields the chronophagic sword known as the Dawnblade, along with a plasma rifle and a shield generator. Commander Iron Sun. Trained by Commander Shavastos and Arachon of the Eight, this young Tau is wise beyond his years. He represents the bright future of the Enclaves, and he's got his name due to all the war gear that he wears for protection. He pilots the XV-82 Iridium suit, which a shield generator and stimulant injectors as well. On top of this, 2 shield drones accompany him for added protection. When it comes to firepower, he dons the fire knife configuration, a missile pod, and plasma rifle. Commander Moondust. Once a commander under Shadowsun, she has now defected and joined Farsight's Enclaves. She specializes in low-gravity combat, utilizing her custom flamer and devastating fusion blades. On the moon of Skoth, too, the commander blew up a Warhound Titan with her fusion blades. Thought to have been taken out in the ensuing blast, she emerged from the Moondust. Ever since then, she has taken that name with her. The Flame Wake Bodyguard Team. These XV-85 Enforcer battlesuits are not piloted by flesh and blood, but they are actually AI. They were going to be scrapped by the Tau Empire, but Farsight's forces managed to steal these battlesuits along with a huge payload of ammunition and decommissioned drones. The engineers of the Enclave salvaged these XV-85s and outfitted them with an upgraded drone intelligence. They function great as bodyguards, but not much as else. As usually, they accompany Farsight and either wield dual flamers or fusion blasters depending on the situation. The Crisis Team Fire Knife. This 3-man XV-8 team is a squad that is good all around. The missile pod takes out light vehicles, while the plasma rifle takes care of the heavy infantry and monstrous creatures that they may be facing. Crisis Team Death Rain. Each suit comes equipped with dual missile pods. Each volley of missiles is sure to consume the enemy in a fury of devastating blows. Crisis Team Sunforge. Dual fusion blasters. Spells death. Usually deep striking deep into enemy territory, the Sunforge team rips into enemy armor, crippling the enemy in one suicidal attack. Shadowside. This broadside battlesuit mysteriously has aided the warriors of the Farsight Enclaves for quite some time. It's armored with dual plasma rifles and the devastating rail rifle. Even though this XV-88 is not built for speed, any attempt to contact the pilot has been a failure. The suit has mysteriously disappeared each and every time contact was attempted. The Missile-Side Broadside Team. Armed with smart missile systems and high-yield missile pods, this XV-88 broadside team has the highest kill count in this contingent. These highly skilled veteran pilots have turned down many offers to pilot bodyguard suits, stating that they are more useful to their commanders inside these broadsides. The DroneNet VX-1-0. At first glance, this cluster of drones seems non-threatening, but in reality, this network are deadly efficient at reducing enemy warriors to plasma-scorched corpses. This drone net consists of a variety of shield, marker, and gun drones, which are all transmitting and triangulating data at astonishing speeds, and it is all unmanned, leaving the Tau to ready their fearsome firepower for a devastating volley. The Clouded Sun Stealth Team. These XV-25 stealth battlesuits infiltrate the battlefield and scout the enemy's forces before activating their homing beacons. Mere seconds later, the might of the Tau's Montka assault tears into the enemy. When more firepower is needed, the stealth team may take out their burst cannons for a fusion blaster for a more explosive result. The Lunar Flash Riptide. Equipped with the Earthcast piloting array, this Riptide battlesuit isn't piloted by a fire warrior, but instead is piloted by an Earthcast engineer. He has accompanied Commander Moondust on many lunar battlefields, and so has gained the nickname the Lunar Flash, thanks to the bright light of his Nova-charged ion accelerator. The Ghost Keel battlesuits. Farsight and his forces have managed to acquire a few newly developed Ghost Keel suits. With these new stealth capabilities now at Farsight's fingertips, his enclaves can now execute new Montka tactics. Mixing together the stealth suits and the Ghost Keel have resulted in extremely potent results. And lastly, we have the Orc Killer Storm Surge. Unfortunately, the acquisition of this massive Tau suit occurred with the loss of many Tau lives. A Tau-controlled planet was being besieged by a large wall of greenskins. A distress signal was sent, but by the time that Farsight's forces arrived, a great battle had long ended. The Tau as well as the Orcs were obliterated in what seemed like a chain reaction of massive explosions. While searching for any survivors, under a Tau research facility's rubble, a highly intact Storm Surge battle suit remained. Now this hulking behemoth has become the bane of the Greenskins, obliterating Orcs wherever it is needed. And with that, that has been my showcasing of my 2,500 point Tau Farsight army. Let me know what you guys think. Personally, I don't like Fire Warriors too much. I know they're troops, I know they're the mainstay of any good army. And yeah, you can put out a bunch of Strength 5, AP 5 shots, but I never liked the look of them. I was always intrigued by the battle suits, which is why I went towards Farsight. And I feel like battle suits are more tactically flexible than the Fire Warriors. Also, I tried to stay away from any, like I said, Fire Warrior, ethereal, that kind of thing. No Kroot, no Vespid, just trying to stick with the good old Farsight and his battle suits. Let me know what changes you guys would make to my armies. If there's any tactical tips that you want me to do, let me know as well. And hopefully I can put out more battle reports with this army. I'm trying to go one-on-one with my friend who wields Necrons, so hopefully we can put out a 2,000 point battle report for you guys. You just gotta wait and see. Also, I will challenge Gersh sooner or later one-on-one, but the way 7th edition is now, it's highly unlikely that he'll come out on top. Usually when we do battle reports, Gersh wins. That's because he gets kind of overshadowed since Orcs aren't the best army. And then by the end of the game, he still has most of his forces intact and he sneakily gets the objectives. But we'll see what happens in 8th edition. Anyway guys, this has been my army. Thank you guys for basically showing all this interest in wanting to showcase our armies. I still got a Grey Knight and my Celestial Sons to do, so expect videos on that coming soon. Don't forget to hit up our Patreon, Facebook, and Instagram page for more epic 40k content. As always, I am the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I am signing out.